Hello, my reflection. I'm Camden Fells. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to reiterate, I'm really enjoying doing these videos. I've been getting a lot of great feedback on these videos of me just wanting to put you guys in a position to be able to know me better and to be able to give you some insight as to who I am as a person in my own transformative journey that I'm on right now. And I really appreciate all the feedback that I've received. It's forcing me, which is what I need. I want to go deeper with you guys to be able to express at the soul level exactly the things that are helping me transform, because I feel like it'll help all of us transform. And let me know in comments if any of this is resonating with you, if you watched these past videos. And if you haven't, I would encourage you to binge watch on them. I'd love for these to be something where people can binge watch and really look deeper into themselves via the words that are coming out of my mouth right now. But I received some feedback on the video that I did over my superpower. And it was great feedback. I'm glad people really enjoyed that video. And I described in the video that my superpower is discipline and focus to a lesser extent. I think discipline is the key driver. I don't think you could be focused. I don't think you can have discipline and not have focus. I think they're one and the same. So the question was how do you strengthen this discipline, or how do you leverage this discipline? How do you grow this discipline? Is what I kind of got from the question. And I thought that was a great question and something that could help a number of people out there. And this is from my journey and my point of view and what's helped me. And comment below and let me know if this is something that you're currently doing, or if you try it, how it works for you. But in the past, and you have to remember that these stories are from my past, so I'm looking as a witness to this story that I've already lived. So in the past, in my understanding of life, my understanding is that you got to grind it out. You got to go hard. You got to be better than the best. And I took it hook, line, and sinker. And through that understanding, I developed a tremendous amount of discipline. And I've described that in my previous videos. But in this new world that I'm living in right now, in this conversation that we're having today, instead of using grit and sheer willpower and desire to drive results, I'm learning that with this transformation that's taking place right now, that instead of applying your discipline towards things you can do, this effort you can put out, it's now applying discipline to developing the foundation of who you are. See, what we're saying here is that who you are is not just the human body and the human mind. The larger part of you is non-physical and is connected to everything. So you don't see the sun efforting to shine. You don't see the creator putting together a game plan to create. Okay? And we are the same energy as those things are. So what it prompted me to do was take a deeper look at where I was applying my discipline. And now where I'm applying my discipline is to my spiritual body, developing the light body, developing that part of me that's beyond, that no one can see, but I radiate it. It's something different about me. It's these kinds of things, okay? And so this discipline today is this discipline towards what's really helped me is breath work and meditation. Breath work and meditation have changed my life profoundly, and I would recommend that everyone plays with these tools. Just keeping it simple. Just play with the tools. These are tools to get back to your own authenticity. This has helped me tremendously. If we look at breath work is basically the art of clearing your space, let's say that. If you are walking around and you're noticing that the scientists say we have about 80,000 thoughts a day happening in our minds, and unfortunately a lot of those thoughts are not positive thoughts. So if you're one of those people out there that has a tremendous amount of thoughts in your mind, what breath work will do for you, what it did for me, and you have to try it for yourself to see what it will do for you, but what it's done for me is it clears my space. after a breathwork session, you're empty. You're totally empty. And when you're totally empty like that, you can then start to receive those impulses from that which is beyond you, that part that you're all connected to. You can start to hear and perceive messages that if you were to follow those messages from that space, this empty space, that you will find that there's a tremendous amount of leverage in those impulses. So let's say that you wanted to, you were wanting to date a woman or a man, and in the past you would just go and camp out and try to figure out all these ways to get their attention, and you would be efforting. Perhaps in a breathwork session on something like that, it will give you another point of view on relationships in general and how to attract a mate, and then you implement that from that space, and you see that it happens effortlessly. Okay, so I'm trying to demonstrate to you the difference between this grindy kind of a lifestyle from the discipline of a human being wanting to be the best that they can be, and from this place of allowing, from this empty place. So that's what breath work allows. So think of it like this: the more you breathe, the less you need. The less you need, the more you receive. See, the mind and the ego thinks it needs everything. I need to be successful. I need to make some money. I need to have a spouse. I need. But in this space, this empty space, you realize that you don't need anything because you are experiencing your wholeness. And from that place, ironically, everything is given unto you. Everything is given to you. Okay? And at first, it's going to be a feeling state, and then you'll see it materialize as a reality around you. But the discipline is getting up and doing it every morning and doing it at night. Okay, so what I would recommend if you've never done this before is to do breath work in the morning for about 30 minutes or so, and then breath work at night, maybe when you get off of work, to get that day off of you. The second part of this would be meditation, which I do directly after breath work. So I do my breath work session, and I'm going to demonstrate what I do for my breath work session in a later video, so you all can get a feel for what I'm doing. But I'm doing 3 rounds of breath work followed by meditation, and right now I'm doing about an hour in the morning, okay? And then at night, I'm doing about an hour at night of 3 rounds of breath work, and then followed by meditation. So what the meditation does, and the reason why I do it in that order is because a lot of people say, well, I can't get my mind to quiet. The purpose of meditation is to quiet the mind. Well, I just described that breath work leaves you in this empty space. So when you're in this empty space, when you go in directly into your meditation and just focus on your breathing, it takes you even deeper inside of yourself, and you start to feel those feelings of bliss and love, and you start to feel that compassion, and you start to remember yourself as this being of light, this being that is a creator, that is able to bring into form any and everything that it wants to bring into form. So the meditation is an opportunity to be with yourself. And the only thing that you have to do is after your breathwork session, just be with yourself and focus on your breathing. And if a thought comes up, that's okay. Just let it pass by like a cloud in the sky and go back to focusing on your breathing. And you do that for a period of time. And in this discipline, and now let's call it a practice, just like the baseball story. The game is won during the practice. I'm saying let's do this when it doesn't count. You don't want to start practicing breathwork and meditation when, your job's on the line or something like that, some intense happening. You want to do it as a practice, just like you brush your teeth in the morning, just like you go to the gym, just like you eat a certain diet. This is now the mental diet that we're starting to feed ourselves, and we'll go deeper into that in later videos. But that's the way that I leverage my discipline, is with this practice of building my spiritual body. And by devoting myself to this practice, my life has transformed. And so comment below if you've done this before, or if you're gonna do this. And if you're gonna do it, comment below and let us know how this worked out for you, because this really has transformed my life, and I really would implore you to try this out for yourself. And in my next video, what I'll do is I will demonstrate for you what that breathwork session looks like. and how I set myself up so that you all can try it on your own and see how it works for yourself. So I hope that helps, and thank you so much for your questions. Keep them coming. I'm Camden Fells, and I look forward to talking to you again. Take care.